Welcome to Misbehaving in Maine. I'm Dan Williams. This story is called Remember When the Sun Was New, and So Were You. And now, here goes everything. Do you remember naps? Not the naps we have now. We're all old and napping constantly now. We try to read, we nap. Try to pray, we nap. Try to leave a lasting positive impact on the world, we nap. So I'm not talking about the naps of now, I'm talking about the naps of deep youth. Mother, father, or whoever rolled you into your bedchamber and shut the door. You chewed on your bed, banged your head on the wall, punishing your parents. You were just old enough to know they loved you more than was healthy for them, therefore harming yourself harmed them. Then, after whipping your hatreds into vortexes reaching the psychic cellar door where the devil's always knocking, you needed a rest. You laid down in the dead center of sunny days and snarled yourself to sleep. So did I. But one day, I couldn't sleep. There I lay watching light bleed through the curtains, my precious sunlight. The sun meant day, and day meant I should have been outside enlisting frogs in my militia, climbing the many maple and oaken pterodactyl watchtowers, and trying to find a way to plug my heart into the outlets of the woods so we could share notes on how best to let me live as woods boy forever. Book learning be damned. But I had to lie there, waiting forever for sleep. I watched the light. That's when I noticed something strange and scary. The curtain's light got weak. It went dim. Evening filled my room in a single second. This meant night was on the way, and I hadn't even had the rest of my day yet, let alone lunch, supper, and Star Trek. As a prime law of my life, night wasn't until after Captain Kirk punched an alien to death or took it to bed on behalf of the Federation. I was about to howl against the injustice of evening's early arrival when evening vanished, shoved aside by the full brightness of daytime through the curtains. What the balls? I thought days were long, evenings happened after days, and then night took over. Now I knew evening could drop whenever it felt like it, and sometimes daytime comes barreling back in, shoving nighttime aside. I watched the cosmic anarchy, wondering what's next. Maybe today we'll skip straight to another day. Maybe Sunday. Please no. Wasn't it just Sunday? Didn't I just have to tuck in my shirt, then tourniquet my discomfort in place by belt, and then age 50 years while the pastor dried paint and boiled water? Don't do this to me, Cosmos. I'm not ready. Or maybe good will come from anarchy. Can that be a thing? Maybe a very heavy night will fall out of nowhere, allowing a morning to wake me up on my birthday, on Christmas, and my broken toys will be replaced by more toys to break. And maybe a backwards night will send me to yesterday, resurrecting the frog I killed in boot camp, so I can say sorry. I watched the light, friends. What might be next? Anything good and everything evil. That is what's possible when the world has lost its way. The curtain showed me evening again, and there was dimness in the room. Then day, evening again, never night. But without night, how can there ever be Halloween, or tomorrow, and the day after that? Time can never advance if there is no night to bring the future. The very thing our hurried world strives for, living in the present, was killing me. I mourned. But I had Star Wars, so I had the words to say, Ben, why didn't you tell me? By Ben, I meant Mom and Dad. I meant, why didn't you tell me there is nothing certain in life? Now, for all I know, you're not you, or not for long. In this moment, you are parents. In the next, you might be wolves or bears, and maybe today isn't today. Maybe it's gone back to my chickenpox days, or the diarrhea week, or someone else's birthday, forever, never mine. And I need new toys. Then there was evening, then day, evening, day. Where is night? When is lunch? When is lunch? Enough. I got up and made my way to the window. I grabbed the curtains and prepared to open them, prepared to look madness in the eye. I waited for the current evening to end, hoping night wasn't next. Never let night catch you out of bed. You wet that bed, but don't you dare leave its camouflage in the night, kids. Not unless you want to ping the homing instincts of all local murderers. There I stood, hoping for the oddness that is day after evening. And I got it. Day came, its light weeping through the curtains. I opened those curtains, and there stood the sun, thank God, if there is a God, and blue sky, too. I knew enough not to stare at the sun for more than a minute, so I watched it, counting down from 60, and even though the sun looked fine, I worried. What if it's tired? Or worse, maybe these many untimely evenings are signs that the sun is sick. Maybe it'll go out altogether and our world will become night world. We'll sleep forever. Forever sleep. That's what Yoda calls death. Forever sleep. Trembling, I stared at the sun. Don't die. You can't. If you die, I die. You're selfish. In addition to the sun and the blue, there were clouds. I loved clouds. They were sky dumplings, savory mashed potatoes, ice cream, and whipped cream. You could eat them, of course, and more. You could stand on them. Otherwise, God and his castle would fall through, killing America, the one nation dangerously positioned right under God at all times. But one cloud, a big one, was on the way, and it didn't look like dessert or heaven. It looked like it was going to collide with the sun. I braced myself. I knew collisions. Cups tipping over, colliding with tables. Baby sisters tipping over, allegedly pushed, and colliding with gravel driveways. And matchbox cars and trucks colliding with my brother's skull after getting thrown by my arm, if you believe his testimony. All this led me to know collisions are a big deal. They lead to trouble. But what happens when the collisions are absolutely gigantic? As big as the sun meeting a cloud that is bigger than the sun. Will the sun end or the cloud? The two colossal forces met. They hit. Eerily, the collision was dead silent. Had I been a betting baby, I would have said, I bet if there's a sun and cloud collision, the sun will win. Not so. The sun vanished. The cloud ate it. It ate more than the sun. It ate the day, too. Therefore, once again, evening fell, dimness all around. Let go of the sun. Please let it go, cloud. And sun, you have to fight. You have to. Fight. And the sun did fight. It fought, battling a path through the cloud, from mouth to gut to butt. It burst through. It emerged on the far side, and it brought full day back with it. Thank you, God, and thank you for remembering that I have never doubted you or your existence. After that, with diminishing suspense, I watched several more battles of sun and cloud. I watched until I believed that no matter how many evenings happen in a day, the nighttime is fixed in place, safe and sound, forever. Nighttime is as sane as always. It happens after lunch and supper. It happens after Captain Kirk. And this, friends and neighbors, is a lot for one boy to learn all at once. I was exhausted. I turned from the sun-cloud war and went back to bed. There I dreamily watched the light a while longer. It was day, and it was evening, then day again, evening. Light and dimness, light again and dim, all marching me to lunch, to evening and my captain, then to the certainty of night, tomorrow and tomorrow, my frogs and woods, my birthday, Christmas, and beyond, until I was asleep. And it was good. This has been Misbehaving in Maine. See you next time. And if you'd like to support this old Dan, check out my book, Misbehaving in Maine 30 Half-Learned Lessons. You can find it on my website, danwilliamswrites.com. That's danwilliamswrites.com. Friends and neighbors, thank you. And remember, you may be wicked, you may be weird, but you're not alone.